Hi guys, this is Ashton at Landing on Love, and today I'm doing my first video. I'm very excited, but I will say I learned some stuff. Simple things like lighting, very important to be able to show what you're sharing, right? Um, Maybe you should have all of your products that you're going to be sharing in the same place. Maybe you should push the record button. Simple, things like that. So this first one may not be my shining moment, but it was fun trying my hand at it. I was gonna do a product review, just kind of dip my toe in the water and see how I handled it. And then I got a crazy idea that I would do a full makeup look, one that I do every day for work, and so here we are. Um, all the products that I use today are going to be linked below. Very simple. Takes me about 20-25 minutes. I'm probably more of a creature of habit. During the week, I work in an office. I do marketing for a software company, and my everyday look is probably more classic, and I rely on beige and browns and different skin tones for my palettes. On the weekends, I tend to pop up the color and do things a little more fun and try new techniques. So this video is definitely more on the classic kind of everyday look side, appropriate for the office. Definitely modifications can be made that can make it fun for night as well. I hope you enjoy it, and I will share some close-ups after the video is complete. Okay, we're going. Yeah. First thing in the morning I always do is wash my face. I take showers at night to let my hair have time to dry and not have to be blow dried every day. So wash my face. I use the Cetaphil Derma Control products. So after I wash it, I always moisturize with this. Pull my hair back and get started. So I do not use traditional foundation. There you go, came to me. I have never liked them. I don't know if it's because I haven't found the right one or what, but I typically stick with concealers and then use that to cover any blemishes that I have. I've been using the MAC Pro Long Wear concealer, and I actually have two colors for highlighting. So I do NC20 for kind of all under blemishes, all of that jazz. And then I do the NC15, just a dab in my dark spots because I do have some. So I use that for highlighting that. So I'll go ahead and get started. I just do a dot on my hand. I use my finger to apply, and I typically will bring it down a little, kind of in a V shape, and then do it in a line across my head, bring it down, and then here. Okay, so we have that all out. Then I use the Sephora modeling foundation brush. I have a few of their brushes. They're actually the majority of my brushes are Sephora, and I like them. Relatively are reasonably priced, and they work well. So I use this to blend in the majority of the concealer that I have, just kind of on my T-zone, if you will. I just bring that up into my hairline to make sure it is very blended. And then just bring that down my nose. I am not crazy about contouring, so I don't have time for that jazz in the morning. I just try to get to work on time, and contouring seems to take a little while, so I kind of use my see in a second. I have the Too Faced bronzer, and I use that to get going for the contouring. Okay, so now that I have that all kind of blended, I can't tell if the lighting in here is good or not. Might be a lesson learned. Okay. The brush that I use to blend in under the eye is the Sephora concealer brush. And I just get up close to the lash and blend in. And I do typically try and bring it down in a little V. My mom, when I was growing up, she did work for Elizabeth Arden, and so my first makeup lesson was with Elizabeth Arden products, and I have not varied my techniques much since then. I just thought it was so good. She did such an awesome job kind of explaining the basics of it, and a lot of those tips and techniques I still see used today when I'm watching blogger videos on makeup tutorials or different looks. So I'm glad I had a good foundation. I think it helps you a lot kind of enjoy it a little bit more, and it tends to look a little bit okay. Bring this down. Almost done. Okay. So what I do after this is take that NC-15 and just dab it around right here and right here. Excuse my puffy face. We went to Schlitterbahn yesterday, which is the water here in Texas, and I got a little sun and I drank a little too much water on those rides, and I feel like I'm still waterlogged. Okay. There you go. So I'll take this, and again, I just use brush. You can see how that just kind of brightens it a little more and helps make me not look like a zombie. I also try and, when I use bright lipsticks, and to be honest with you, I have not found one that has not done this, but I always try and kind of just put a little concealer around my lips to help them not bleed. I don't know if I have like wrinkly lips or what, but it tends to get there. Okay. All done. I don't know if you can. There we go. Okay, now that we're blended, first thing I do to kind of set that is I take a Stila 33A brush, and I take the Laura M's Secret Brightening Powder. Sorry, I forgot what it was called. I just do a little dab of it and just use that to kind of lock in that brightness, bring it down, do a little on my nose, and then on the other side. And I'll blend this in when I put on powder, but I found it just really helps brighten that. I happened to pick this up when I was trying out her powder, which I will use next. I use the Smooth Finish Foundation Powder number 4. And I just happened to pick that up and fell in love with it. And it lasts forever. I'm using, this is actually, I think, an Ulta brush. I really like it. It's just a sculpted brush, but it has the right, I think, thickness, and it holds the right amount of powder for me. But just do a little one and blend. I am not a fan of the caked on look, so I don't use a whole lot. Just just enough to kind of even everything out and give a good foundation. Okay, here we go. All done. I'm gonna go ahead and I normally do this toward the end, but I'm gonna do it now just to kind of finish out the face. Love this stuff. It's the Sun Bunny by Too Faced. I use a stippling brush. I don't know why I use this brush. I think an angled brush would be easier, but here I am. And I typically mix the two together, but I probably focus on the latter one more. I just don't want to look a little Jersey Shore, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I suck it in and then bring it up. I feel like the trick to this is just to go right under your cheekbone, and then I always bring it up to my temple, and then right above your eyebrows, do it, and then bring it up to your forehead line. Okay. In the summer, I think I probably do a little more bronzer than in the winter. Also bring it right down to your jawbone and right under your chin. All right. And do a little on this side of your nose. All right. I do typically also add a little blush. On the hunt for another blush as well. I've been trying to get the NARS Orgasm for like months. Every time I go to Sephora, it's sold out. So maybe I should not be looking for that. Maybe it's a sign. But I'm using the Ulta mineral blushes right now. I have two. I use Tiger Lily and Peony. Not all the time together, sometimes together, but I typically use the Tiger Lily the most. And I just kind of follow it, but more focus on here. And then bring it up to blend. I feel like if that's the only thing you know about makeup is the blending portion of it, you're probably doing good. Okay. Okay, eyes. I'm using the Neutrogena Crease Proof eyeshadow as the kind of foundation to help the other, the powder that I wear stay. So I have two colors. I have the lighter 01 Stay Golden, and I have, I'm sorry, it's 10 Stay Golden, and then I have the Lasting Taupe 50. So I use this in my crease and this all over the lid and kind of right under my eyebrow. So just kind of go all the way over, and I blend in a second, so I'm not too worried. But this makes the eyeshadow really stay on. I wore this yesterday when we went to Schlitterbahn just to have a little color on my eye, and it stayed all day through all of the underwater dunking and splashing that we did. So there you can see, it's just a little. You could just use that. Sometimes when I'm just running errands on the weekend, I'll just put that on. But for the day, it's nice to have a little foundation for your eyeshadow to make it stay. Okay, on this side as well. Bring that out. I've been sticking to the Naked palette for my kind of everyday work look. I do though like to have something brighter right near my my eyelashes. So I've been using the Maybelline Expert Wear in Vanilla, and I just use this kind of all across the lid with my Stila. It's just a brush, eyeshadow brush all over. And I just start in the corner and work my way across. There you go. Do a little there. Okay. Just kind of brightens it up. I don't like when it makes me look like that. Okay. And then I take the Sephora Medium Shadow brush and my Naked palette. So I have the Naked too. And I typically stick with the Tease Chopper and Half Baked, and I just mix them. That's these three right here. I was steering toward this side, but since the spring and summer came around, I've been sticking with these. So I just kind of do a little dip in this Tease and then work it in. And I start on the high part of the crease and work it out and then back down. So just follow that line. And this is such a great brush for that. I think it has great control and I don't have too much fallout, which is nice. I will clean that up in a little while. I think it's so funny. I watch these videos. I really enjoy seeing how other people do things. I think that's a great part of the blogging community, is getting that kind of education between us ladies going. But people's makeup routines and the order they do things is just so different, and I wonder if it's just how you started. All right, got that. So, and then I go back with Chopper and Half Baked just to kind of soften that a bit. And again, I start up at the top. That was one of those Elizabeth Arden techniques that my mom taught me. And then I just kind of bring it down. I'll go back in a second and clean it up just a bit. Okay, and then once more on the other side. All right. There you go, ladies. I am going to now take actually the brush that came with the palette, use this side, and I go into the Boutique color and just get a little and soften that edge, blend it just a little more. All right. Okay. Now, let's clean up this fallout. I use a very large Sephora brush. It's their actually powder brush. I can't use this for powder. I think it's just too fluffy and it's not concentrated enough. I do have the Hourglass and Ambient Light, or I'm sorry, the Ambient Lighting Powder by Hourglass and Diffuse Light. And I just take a very little bit and use that to get off the fallout. I also feel like it just kind of softens everything. Okay, last step is the eyeliner and mascara and eyebrows. So I use under the liner, on my under eye, I use Smashbox. Their bronze citron. Clearly I'm almost out. I just kind of go halfway, start at the end, and then again on this side. With my blonde hair, I feel like this is as dark as I can go. The Stila waterproof liquid liner. I'm loving this stuff. It is a kind of brush finish. Let me see if you can see that. There you go. It has such a great just line. I just love it, and it stays. It's a little winged at the end too, so it kind of helps you. This is one that I am not, and I will never get it right if I try and do it all in one sweep. So I kind of start here and do tiny movements all the way back, and I do a little tiny wing at the end just to kind of follow the natural. This is not natural. I have to curl these puppies. They lay like this. But to just kind of follow that, I come out a little. So I'm going to use this to do that. But let's see if you can see this. Start about here, and then just do little movements all the way back. I am impressed if you can do this all in one fell swoop. I will fail every time. Okay, and then you just kind of come out a little. And then again on this side. I also try, these are recharged by putting the lid back on. There you go. You don't have to do it, but I just kind of wanted to show you. Okay, and then again on this side. And then you bring it all the way down. There you go. Very easy, very quick. For my brows are not, I think they're a fair color, but they are sparse. When I plucked those puppies back in the day, I'm not a very, my hair does not grow quickly. My brows don't, and so I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Ash Blonde. Trick with this is very tiny strokes, hair-like strokes, and then you can use the brush on the other end. It's a dual end brush to blend out. So I just push it up a little, and I start right here and go out. I think the trick with brows, for me at least, is just to follow your natural lines. Try to be crazy. And I follow it all the way back. Just little tiny moments. Okay. And then on the other side. All the way up. And then back. Okay. And then I just use this side to brush it out. Okay, there we go. Do a little curl on my lashes, and then we'll put on mascara and be done. I've been curling my eyelashes since I was very young, and the CoverGirl eyelash curler has always been my favorite. I've tried several others, and it just does not work as good as this one. Okay, I used to only use waterproof mascara, and sometimes I still do, not because I ever swim with mascara on, but because it just helped my eyelashes to not fall flat after I put it on. I had the hardest time finding an eyelash or a mascara that didn't make my eyelashes fall after I put it on. So I was using the False Fiber Lashes waterproof mascara. I don't even know who this is by. Anyways, by this brand. And then I got a sample of the Benefit They're Real in one of my Birchboxes, and I just loved it. So I've been using that. I think it has a great wand, and it just works very well. So I start on the outsides and kind of work my way up. Follow that all the way to the center. All right. And do my under, and I have to look, or I'll poke myself in the eye. And then again on this side. I feel like if you get really close to your lash line and just kind of bring it up, I get the best coverage. I don't have to put on multiple coats of it. One coat is all I need. Alright. And then on the bottom. Okay. Last step is going to be a little lip color. Whoa, I got another. I have been somewhat color crazy as I drop everything, but these jumbo lip, I think they're called CoverGirl Lip Perfection Jumbo Gloss Bomb. These are great. I think they have great color. So easy to put on, and they have so many different colors. I think I have about 10 of these. But this pink, it's the 234. Great color. Simple, everyday look. It is probably my go-to. You can put on a little. Okay. Then I use the Urban Decay Lip Junkie in Naked, and I do a little here and then right in the middle. And that is it, folks. 30 minutes later. Okay, I'll do some close-ups in a second, but there you go. Okay, guys, I did it! First video! Okay, here is some close-ups. Let me scoot up. A little. So very simple. All right. Thank you so much for listening and bearing through my first video. I will keep practicing. I'll probably make my next one hair oriented. I do get a lot of questions about my hair and how I do it, and so I would love to share that with you guys. But thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate it, and I hope you have an awesome day.